Although Prosciutto di Parma has been around for over 2,000 years and dates back to Roman times, the Consorzio del Prosciutto di Parma was founded in 1963 as a small group of producers looking to protect and market their product. So in 2013, we celebrated the 50th anniversary of the Consorzio del Prosciutto di Parma with a slew of activities in major markets across the U.S. One of the factors that determined our strategy for the anniversary was that chefs have increasingly driven consumer purchases. Ingredients that feature prominently on restaurant menus are frequently adopted and incorporated into consumers' own purchases. When consumers see their favorite chefs using Prosciutto di Parma, they want to use Prosciutto di Parma. To kick things off, we paired up with Michael White, who is a huge chef here in New York City and nationally. He's known for his use of Emilia-Romagna cuisine, which is where Prosciutto di Parma is produced. We had a huge national media launch event with more than 100 journalists from top magazines, newspapers, and digital outlets. When we looked at each of the 10 markets that we wanted to have events in, we looked at each of the markets individually and decided what was important to them and their consumers. For example, in San Francisco, we picked 2 chefs who had each been established for more than 15 years and recognized as some of the city's top chefs working in Italian cuisine. We hosted an intimate media dinner for 10 journalists that featured each of the chefs creating their dishes in the kitchen while we were eating, introducing it, and talking about the product. Looking to LA's unique food truck culture, we worked with Ludo Lefebvre, Vinny DiTolo, and John Shook, who are all kind of culinary rock stars in their own right. We drove the food truck across the city, handing out Prosciutto di Parma, as well as dishes created by each of the chefs. When we headed to Austin, we looked at their dynamic supper club scene and decided to team up with one of the most popular, Bread and Circus. We created an event called Hamazing that was attended by 150 diners and a handful of the city's top bloggers and social media influencers. In Chicago, we teamed up with Tony Mancuano, Chicago's preeminent Italian chef, in his celebration of a Ferragosto. His restaurant, Cafe Spiaggia, also turned 30 that year. When we brought the celebration back home to New York, we created an event called Parma Palooza that included 8 of the city's most exciting and influential chefs to each create a dish. We had Thai chefs, Chinese chefs, in addition to Italian chefs. We had more than 200 guests, and we also performed 8 live tattoos of the Parma crown in exchange for a leg of Prosciutto di Parma. We gave out more tattoos in Philadelphia at an event there called Cured and Crafted. We recognized the city's burgeoning craft beer scene, invited 8 chefs to create a dish that was paired with a local beer and another walk-around tasting for over 200 people. Finally, every activity in the market, we encourage interaction via social media, especially Twitter and Instagram, and saw many people tweeting and posting photographs of our events. The events were all an overwhelming success. We generated more than 200 million media impressions over the course of the campaign and forged strong relationships with several of the country's leading culinary professionals and foodie consumers.